Be loud and proud, they say, not humble. I beg to differ. So I was on the plane and I was reading the Kybalion. I read the entire book this time and I caught different messages, which is what happened when you read a book more than once. Like at different times in your life, I feel like you interpret different messages different. But I was speaking to someone and they were basically saying how I'm too humble. I get told this a lot, and I'm not as loud as I could be, especially towards the people that did me wrong, or I don't know, like people that I experience certain things with, or just in general, like just in life in general. And I guess, the goal is for people to shit on people. Now, I brought this up to them because I think it was interesting that they said that, because I'm like, it's funny you say that, but I just read a book that explained to me exactly why I shouldn't, right? And I wanted to share it because people probably wouldn't look at it like this, but I feel like this is very like telling. Let me find the exact page, because so is the wise man as compared to the ordinary man. And yet both swimmer and log, wise man and fool, are subject to law. He who understands this is well on the road to mastery. Now, on my journey of self-mastery, which I go back and forth because I go back into the matrix, I vibe low, and I vibe still having this earthly experience. I learned that no one is exempt from laws. I'm not exempt from going through or having a bad day or dealing with struggle, just as anyone else is. Like, no, we are all subject to universal laws. Like, I want people to understand that. How does that connect to what I'm saying about being loud and boastful? You don't think you're going to continue to clap at people's failures and you're going to continue to be successful. That's just not the laws of the universe. That's just not the way the laws work. And I want people to understand, while you up and you clapping about them being down, your ass gonna come down as well. Like, we all experience that. And that also ties into the second thing in the book, that was, I believe it was, the law of compensation. This is another reason why I do not like to compare myself to nobody. Though we all do it because comparison is a normal emotion or something we feel. We feel inadequate when we see people. We just do it. It's a human thing to do. However, to sit and just loaf in that is completely wrong. Another thing I was explaining to the person that I was talking to, no, I am not comparing myself to anyone else. No, I just love me. Like, I'm just okay with me. And the reason why this came up is because I don't know, it was something that was said and about comparison, or just something that was in the sense of comparison. And I was explaining to that person, like, I never been the type to go on an ex page. I never been the type to go on an old friend page, the ex-girlfriend page. Or once you do that, I feel like you create like a relationship in your head. And I just don't do that. Like, because you're going to find yourself comparison. Now you're thinking about this person in your I don't do that. Like, people always be like, oh, girl, I don't do that type of shit. Like, I don't want to see what, once you're not in my existence, I don't want to see what you're doing anymore. I don't care. Now, the point of me bringing that up is the reason why I learned to, and that's the sense of the law of detachment. That's the sense of me practicing the law of detachment. Also, stoicism. The reason why I do not sit in any comparison, or I don't even put myself in the energy to go see what people of the past is doing, or find myself trying to compare to a random person online, or a person that I used to date, or somebody that they did. Let me tell y'all why I do not do that, or old friends. The law of consumption is ever in operation, striving to balance and counterbalance. Okay? Now, this part is very important. Let's get to the main part. The rich possess much that the poor lack, while the poor often possess things that are beyond the reach of the rich. The millionaire may have the inclination towards feasting and the wealth wherewith to secure all the dainties and luxuries of the table, while he lacks the appetite to enjoy the same. He envies the appetite and digestion of the laborer who lacks the wealth and inclinations of the millionaire, and who gets more pleasure from his plain food than the millionaire could obtain, even if his appetite were not jaded nor his digestion ruined, for the wants, habits, and inclinations differ. So what we take from that is this is the main thing of why you don't compare. It's always going to be somebody better. Someone is always going to have what you desire. Also, someone is also going to desire what you have. We all lack or struggle in some area that another person excels in, and vice versa. So to find yourself in a loop of comparing yourself to his ex, her ex, an old friend, a random person online, a celebrity, an influencer, is literally mental, like self-inflicted mental agony, like self-inflicted pain for no reason. Because at the end of the day, it's always going to be something to compare yourself to, or something to long for, or want that you don't have. Everyone, and the thing is, it's a loop, because the millionaire envy the poor person while the poor person envy the millionaire. And it's like, well, I'm me and the bitch with four kids. I don't envy her. She might have clear skin. She might have clear skin and you got fucked up skin. And you might be a person that wants clear skin. That is a sense of, we're always going to desire something that someone else possesses, and vice versa. It's the same thing. Something else that you lack or that they lack. So to put yourself in that loophole is also crazy. One of the last things that I wanted to tie into is, I think it's on the last page, where he says, I remember this offhand. The ears of wisdom is only the mouth of the words of wisdom is only open to the ears of understanding. So the person who know it all knows nothing at all. The person who is willing to listen and be both a student and a teacher of life, hey, you master self. It's self-mastery. But the all is mind, the universe is mental. Everything is mental. It's mental. It was another, that's neither here nor there. So it's crazy because I've been heavy into my alchemy, and I just reread this book because this was the only book that I brought with me in my carry-on, and it's just like, yeah. But I think it's interesting that this book talks about so many different principles and alchemy, and so it's very in-depth about so many different things. But the things that I pulled out of it this time was, it resonated because it was the conversation of what was going on in my life. I just really, on my journey of self-mastery, I just really realized I love me. I love me. I can't picture myself just feeling inadequate to what no one else have. Like, I just can't. Like, because I know that it's something that they lack that I possess, and vice versa. And that's a constant, endless loop of life. All you should be concerned about in life is what you desire for you, what you feel within, what you are pulled to. Not on the side of you, not behind you, not in front of you, not no one else. Just you. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.